Okay, so we're gonna crank out some work today. This is what we're doing. All these balls. It's uh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. This is 25 pounds of clay. Each one of these is 375 grams, and yeah, let's do it. Um, this is gonna take a while. Um, Dima, Sydney, Luna, Envy. How is everybody? All right, so we have a ton of stuff. Like I said, this is I need to pour myself a cup of tea. Sydney and I were just talking about tea, so this is not the ideal way to brew my white tea, but that's okay. This is my last bag of porcelain. Hey, how are you? What are you working on today? Anything fun? So this is a silver needle, not the ideal way to steep a tea, but I can't really like have a gung fu setup while I'm working, so this is what we're gonna do. And I'm over the other teas I've been drinking, so let me just get this last little thing prepared. Boom. All right. Okay. So like I said, these are balls. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29 balls of clay. So 29 cups today, as long as I don't mess up. And so we'll go from there. What's that? I have no idea what you're saying. That tea is way too hot. I brewed it too hot and in too big of a thermos. Oh, God. Also, if anybody decides to start standing while they're throwing, getting a big bat and then just putting some whatever this is called on top, fabric, whatever the fabric is, and you just use this as a wedging table and like a prep station. It's pretty nice if you're standing. It makes life a lot better. Sharp, welcome back. Okay, can't actually try that tea yet. My water is freezing, but that's okay. I have the fire going. We'll go from there. That's cool. What kind of adornments are you going to make? Canvas. Thank you, Sydney. Um, is this too high? Is it, you want me to angle the camera down a little bit? I'm doing just fine. I my class got canceled this morning, so I had a very slow morning just watering all my plants. I watered all my orchids and all my other plants and hung out in the greenhouse for a little bit and watered in there, did some maintenance. Cool. Yeah, please send a photo. Potato salad. Nice. Was it a good week? I think so. How was your week? Are you feeling better? Are you over being perpetually sick? I hope. Oh, at some point, I want you guys to remind me if you're interested. A student of mine, she made some of the most amazing mugs I've seen, and she hates them. And she was like, I'm going to throw them away. They're disgusting. And I'm like, no, please don't. They're some of my favorite mugs because the surface she got on them are just spectacular. And so she brought them back in here, and we put them up on my wall in front of me so we can look at them while we throw, and they're gorgeous. And I cannot believe she wanted to get rid of them. So I don't know if you guys want to see those later, but later, mystery. Enjoy your food. You skip school for potato salad? That makes sense to me. Oh, we had a whole conversation about this. I should know everything about this. Yes, because I was telling you about the lady who tries to get mad at people for putting gemstones on things. Cool, I will. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're not sick, though. That's one step in the right direction. So I tried to undulate these things. Pat, what's up? Gotcha. I undulated too late because I forgot what we were doing. I'm so not used to making single-walled vessels that I kind of, uh-oh. Oh no. I'm losing power. Am I still here? Am I here with you guys? We're good. Are we good? We're good. I think we're still good. I still seem to be here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my lights just went on and off and on and off like 4 times. Sounds good. Later, Dima. Cool. So I might lose power. It's incredibly windy, clearly. Um, so if I do, it's not because I don't want to be in here. I have a generator from my actual house, but I do not have a generator for my studio. So send a picture. I thought we were supposed to send a photo when you got it cut last week. I'm psyched to see. Yeah. You're not okay. How old are you, Luna? I don't even know. Are you even in school? What how big is this lie here? It's okay. All right. So this one I'm not psyched on because I didn't undulate the top, and I don't want to cut the top because it'll make it too thin, but that's okay. We'll figure something out in a second. Gotcha. So something I kind of learned from the ones we were doing yesterday here that were double walled is that I actually want this part to be kind of not as undulated as I have them making it, and then this part can be super undulated. And aesthetically, I was really enjoying it. So awesome. You just sent it? I got my do not disturb thing on, so I'm not seeing stuff. Oh, it looks great. It looks really nice. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, it'll totally grow back. I think that looks really nice. It looks super pretty. Okay, hold on. I need more light, but not enough to blind you guys. Okay. So I think we're gonna, right here I don't like. So I'm just gonna go in, make sure that goes all the way around. Yeah, cool. I like that. Okay, now I moved all my tools. I'm furious, Luna. I cannot believe you lied to me. Someone you've known for 3 days. Ludicrous, in fact. Yeah, it'll grow back soon enough. So the nice thing about doing more of a production style line of stuff today is that we will not be torching. Things are just going to be on and off. Except this is too wet for my neck. I don't want this. Where do I put this? I'm excited for these cups though. I think these will be nice. I need some bulk in the kiln as well. And I like this style. This particular one where I have the throwing lines and then I undulate has not been historically as popular. Um, I've had a little bit more trouble selling them, but I like them. So, all right, we're gonna undulate this at the correct time this time. Sounds good. So we're gonna just do our bit of undulation here, and this should give us just some motion in the rim. We don't want a crazy amount, but all right, Luna, have a good one. See you in a bit, I'm sure. It should probably take us about 40 minutes to get through all of these. Hold on a second. I really need a cup of tea. I've been waiting for this this white tea for a while now. Okay, let's see. That makes sense, Pat. Pat, you working on anything today? Weirdly enough, Sydney, well, it actually makes sense. I didn't put enough needles in there. It just tastes like water. It tastes like very slightly sweet water. So I just kind of wasted an entire steep of it, but that's okay. So I cannot give a verdict until it sets up a little bit more. It gets a little bit darker in there. Because at the moment it literally just tastes like water, like slightly sweet water. What? What do you not like about your face? You don't like how it's framed because it's shorter? Gotcha. No, the paperwork, the worst. I'm sorry. Hopefully there's not too much paperwork to do. So we're gonna have a trimming session tomorrow. I'm gonna go into the city briefly tomorrow for just a couple hours, and then when I get back, we'll trim these just for a few hours, I think. Oh yeah, what kind of tea did you get? Oh no. I appreciate it, Luna. Yeah, it's always nice to talk to people. It gets lonesome in this studio, you know? Nice. Nice. Um, Amanda, how are you? What's new? What's happening? I don't notice the difference between the two we just did on the rim, so I'm not going to undulate this one either on the rim. We'll see. No, we're doing production mode today, Sharp. We're going to just crank out as many of these as we can. This is my last 25 pounds of clay, and I need enough stuff for 3 different kilns, and I have stuff for 2 shelves worth. So why don't I have a girlfriend, Luna? It's a very good question. Very good question indeed. Who knows? The one I posted today on my uh, Instagram, no, that one is sold a long time ago. The only thing I have available is on my store. I don't have anything else. I Okay, I live in the middle of nowhere, guys. There's no one around me. It's very hard to date out here. So, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. So that one is going to be, I'll show you. So the student who doesn't like her pieces that are in front of me, I keep forgetting to show you guys before I start the next one. It's the same glaze as what she used, but they came out very differently, which is the cool part about atmospheric firing because it just means that it shows so many different variations and things. I'm going to expand this out a little bit more. This feels like a little bit less clay for some reason. I'm really liking these. Again, they historically have not sold well, this particular variation on my undulation. But every year's different, and every single time I do something that's different, it's like I get new people who are coming in, and everybody's tastes change over a certain period of time. So who's to say it won't be sell well this time? Probably not smart for me to just do this form if I kind of need some money, but I mean, a potato salad is mostly potatoes, no? I had a giveaway like a couple days ago on YouTube here. They gave away that double walled cup. So probably not for like another month or so. All right, let me show you while I'm clean. Let me show you the 3 mugs that she didn't like. Because I think it's criminal that she didn't like these. I think they're gorgeous. So here's one of them. I don't know if the color's really showing how beautiful these are, but they're spectacular. So there's one. There's another. Now this is the same glaze as the one that's we were talking about that I posted about today, Sharp. So she had 3 like beautiful mugs and she hated them and she was going to smash them. I'm like, absolutely not. These are stunning. So I have them hanging in here. They'll be used as studio cups. So she comes and takes a lesson once a week. So she'll be able to like use her cups and look at them and all that because in this setting, she liked them a lot more. I was incredibly jealous about how beautiful they came out. That's what I'm saying. You know, preference is weird. She like hated how they sat in her kitchen. She didn't like the color contrast and all that, but they're really beautiful. Um, I know. So like, I was a little bit confused as to why she hated them so much. Tis what it is. Now they're mine. So like, I can't complain. That's a full circle. That's interesting. It's like she took a class from me. We made mugs together. I fired them in my kiln, but she paid for the firing fees and all that. And then at the end of it, she gave them back to me. Um, Good. I will tell her that. She's in Iceland at the moment, so I have to wait till she gets back to tell her. But okay, this silver needle is growing on me. Maybe it was just too hot. It really is. She didn't. So she loves them here against the more of like kind of like a rustic barn look. I think her kitchen is too pretty, or just like didn't match color wise. Well, here's the thing. She's had that for months now. So they've been sitting on her counter for like 6, 7 months now. So I always tell that to people too, but it's past the like sit with it situation. Nope. Also, maybe I'm a good person to do stuff like that too because I don't take offense to anything. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings. So maybe it's a good person to. I'm a good person for it. Hmm. I liked the first two we made, and I'm liking these less and less as we're making them. I couldn't really tell you why that is. I mean, maybe. Oh, you know why? Is that that one didn't have as many throwing lines in it. I was kind of in a no man's land um, of lineage. All right, one more sip of tea. One quick, another sip of tea. So we're gonna be making. I think I said. How many say we had 29 balls, 39 balls. So um, quite a few balls. So anyway, these are going to be in my kiln, probably wood soda, and I ordered a quart of wood, so that'll be delivered tomorrow or Sunday. Um, my wood guy is really good. We've been friends for a long time now at this point. I've been buying wood from him for a minute, so even if I'm not here, he'll just put everything where it needs to be. How many dishes you doing? So for this new thing that we're doing, where it's going to be orange, pink, and purple, what we're going to do is spray on an underglaze, and then we're going to bisque them again. So we're going to bisque them, spray on an underglaze, bisque them again, and then we're going to do a very quick dip with Gustin Chino. Did I look sad? Who knows? I think my brain just turned. Who knows? What kind of dishes you doing? How many dishes you doing? The dishes, I feel like you're doing dishes all the time. All right, let's put a bit more lineage into this one before we do this next part. See if I makes these a little bit better. I just want to make sure the underglaze is like fused in, because it's not as necessary to double bisque on the single walled pots, but I need to double bisque on the double walled stuff. Otherwise, it would just fall apart when I spray it on. So it's more of like I may as well just double bisque everything at this point. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Wow. Living the dream over there, Sharp. Hmm. I need to see these trimmed. I'm like going back and forth if I actually like these or not. It sounds like it. Sounds like a lovely time. Life of luxury, though. I don't even own a dishwasher, so that sounds cool, Pat. I think you should 100% do that. I so rarely get enthused to hand build. Is that something you normally do, or is it mostly throwy stuff? Luna, why are you sad? Gotcha, that makes sense. Speaking of which, I'm glad we're talking about glaze, because I own zero underglaze at the moment. I own a black underglaze, but that's not what I want. So I think I need to order like $100 worth of underglaze today, so we can start spraying. Because if we could spray that on sooner than later, I think we could just bisque, and then whenever I need to glaze, it's just simple and I'm in and out done. Hmm. Carden, what's up? Oh no, who are the other people you're gonna watch? I'm sorry, Luna. How long were you guys together for? No, I use Amico's underglaze, unless that's the same thing and I just don't know the names of things. Ah, I'm sorry, Luna. That's a hard one. When did it happen? Yep, 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 yep. Gotcha. Oh, that's right. That totally makes sense. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been using speedballs. Um, Speedball under glazes. They seem to be pretty stable and they're cheap to contend. What did you watch, Garden? Let me know. We're making cups, if you haven't surmised. But yeah, what are the other channels you're watching? I want to see who your other favorite people are, Garden. I'm sorry, Luna. That's rough. That doesn't sound fun at all. Breakups are never easy. Now this might be our first loss. Let's see if I can fix it. Yeah, this might be too thin. I mean, I think that's fine. We can dislike it later. There's no reason to. I know that's why I want to hear. I don't like how little the top is coming back in here. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. It's kind of a boring top to it. I don't know. Well, maybe we're gonna love it later. I don't know. Let's not worry about it right now. Did you? Did I miss it? Did I not respond to it? My bad. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad. I try to. I'm trying to be more active here than anywhere else at the moment. Is it, Pat? Is it super windy where you are? It's crazy windy here, which is why we almost lost power, a bit ago. Uh-oh. I was wondering why that wasn't centering. It's because it's not stuck to the bat. That makes a lot of sense. Oh man, you guys hear that like squealy sound in the background? My wood stove is finally heating up my water. I'm pretty excited. Been dunking my hands into cold water this whole time. So for that next, yeah, actually, because that sound is like driving me insane now. Let me throw some hot water in my bowl. Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff right there. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I was everywhere else and I came here. So this is I'm really bored of the streaming on on TikTok. It was kind of a bummer to not be over there, but um, all the important people have come over, like Amanda and Christina and Sharp and everybody else that my brain is just for some reason being a little foggy headed about. So doesn't really seem like anywhere else to be. God, throwing with warmer water is great. This is my favorite one we've made today. Why is this my favorite one? I think this was slightly more clay. Is that a red poop, Amanda? Yes, you are Sharp. You get priorities up there. Exactly. Got a whole new group. It's great. It's wonderful. So I think that one had like 10 more grams of clay in it. That's pretty toasty, Luna. It's in the 40s here today. That's pretty good. I like that. Can't go wrong. I really like the idea, the concept, which I wasn't doing on TikTok or YouTube, is just like reposting the live back on to my channel. I think there's kind of something nice about being able to do that. That's really good, Sydney. I like that too. No, what's a Highland coo? Is that a type of bird? Uh, Favorite song? I have no idea. I don't listen to music to listen to music. I listen to music to supplement other things that I'm doing. So I don't really have a Highland cow. Oh, I don't know. Probably. I've probably seen a photo at least. You guys have lots of cows? I know that this itself could just be the cup, but it's kind of boring. I'm not really into like the generic throwing line swirl thing. It would make it a lot easier to make all these cups though. Okay, those lines are too deep on this one. And I know that because it's starting to crack because I put lines inward and then I'm forcing them back out. And they really don't like the force in the opposing direction. Should I pronounce cows coos? Is that what you're implying? How's your head, by the way? How you feeling? All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Slow and steady. Cuh? What's a cuh? Here's a little close up of this little wibbly wobbly guy. Just move this board over a little bit. Gotcha. I know that you're from Germany, but for some reason I keep forgetting it. What a combo. What a combo, Garden. My gosh. Living the best life. Man, everybody in here is living the high life right now. It's great. Probably not. What's it mean? Schmetterling? Schmet. I have no idea how to pronounce that properly. Oh, I'm sorry, Garden. That doesn't seem fun. I mean, it does seem fun from what you're saying, but it doesn't seem fun that it's in pain. Good. I'm glad. It's always nice to clean things up. I need to do a big, deep clean, and then I'm going to go sit in a hot tub, and it's going to be wonderful. Did I? What's it mean? Oh, I like that. I don't know why it makes me think. Do you have any butterfly tattoos, Luna? Nice. Good. Little steps, you know? I have my little Roomba vacuuming away my apartment at the moment. Just to give me a head start. I'm going to knock out its mop feature later today. Very excited to have a nicely mopped floor. Okay, they went from good to I didn't like to back to I like them again. Cool. So we're in the right direction, which is nice. This sounds good. I want to watch a Australian wildlife live stream. You can't go to sleep, Luna? I get that. That makes sense, Garden. Australian wild. What are they streaming on this Australian wildlife stream right now, Garden? Oh, so where are the people who always ask how to center and things? This is like the actual day to ask how things center. Yeah, will you link it? And I'll check it out after the stream. I don't think my Wi-Fi can handle me streaming, watching someone else while I'm streaming on two different devices and all that. Cool. Sydney, I don't actually. No, that is not a question I've asked that often. I have a Shimpo VL Whisper. I have two of them, and then I also have a Brent Model B, and I do not use the Brent Model B. I'm not a fan. It's too loud. But it's much easier to fix if things go wrong, and it has a higher load capacity. But the thing is, I'm making pretty small stuff, so it's not really important for me to be able to center, 700 pounds of clay. This thing can take 25 pounds pretty easily. I've made a lot of 5-pound pieces before, so she hit her head the other day, so she's out of commission for a few days. It happens. Okay, I need another sip of tea. Yeah, that's how my doors are here. I have to duck into my house. Yeah, you would probably not be able to walk around much in my house garden. All my the ceilings in most of my space are quite low. I think that you can click a button and it'll show up I love that first off, but I think there's a button you can click and it'll show this chat, the live chat on the top right, or at least when you're watching back on a computer. I actually don't know what it's like when you watch it back on a phone, but I do know that you can see the chats somewhere, at least on a computer. Maybe if you turn it that way, I don't know. So I don't think this is a very exciting content for you guys. I don't think I'm drinking enough water. Went to the doctor yesterday just to get some more blood work done, and even though I'm drinking all this tea, I think I just need to drink more water. So I've been getting pretty lightheaded recently, which has not been great. Do you make lots of dishes, Luna? Really? Interesting. Um, yesterday, interesting. Okay, I must have hit a tab. There's so many like little boxes that you have to check. So yeah, that makes sense. So Pat, I was talking to my doctor about that, and she says that even though it has caffeine, it's not enough to actually dehydrate you. You're still getting hydration if you're just drinking tea. Um, but the problem I've been having is that I actually haven't been drinking as much tea as I normally do, and I'm not supplementing that with water. I think that's really the issue here. I did. So I used a Brent model CXC at Ensika last year, um, while I was doing a demo, and I actually liked the CXC. I still like the Shimpo more, but the CXC was significantly nicer than my Brent, my Model B. So, um, but they're more expensive. It's a more expensive wheel that makes more noise and that can like has a higher load capacity, yeah. But like I don't know, how many of you guys are making 700 pound sculptural or like ongi jars, you know? It's like I just don't see the point unless that's what you know you're going to be doing. I kind of think so too, Amanda. They like they'll die by a Brent, and like I think they're fine, but like I don't understand why they're so obsessed with them. It's a little strange. Oh, I didn't see your thing, Envy. Good luck at the store. Ah, I've been meeting people not in person but online who are like really in love with speedball too, and I don't understand that one either. That doesn't make any sense to me. The speedball bats. So here, the thing, the wheels themselves are fine, but the splash pans, at least the ones that I used to use, maybe they've updated it. So you know what? I'm going to stop what I'm saying. I mean, I will say what I was going to say about previous generations, like maybe like 10-year ago generations. So I'm assuming things have changed, but the splash guards were absolute garbage back then. So Luna, I would like to, but I am going to head into the city uh, for a few hours, and so it's because I'm taking the train in. It's not the quickest. I don't want to drive. I don't feel like driving in. And so it's going to be like a round trip of like 5.5, 6 hours of um, travel. So it really just depends if I'm feeling it. I need to get these done, but we're doing these so early in the day. Oh, it's a 1:30. I'm going to put all these next to the fire, and maybe these will dry up and we can trim them this evening because if we can't, then we will in um, on Sunday. Are you off, Luna? Later. Yeah, is it the one with the pedal on the side? I'm not a fan of that either. There are these cool like Bluetooth wheels that I tried out a little bit. Just I didn't actually throw with them. I just got to like play with them at Ensika last year as well. Um, and they were super cool, but they were also like weirdly expensive, and they were the same size as the Shimpo Aspire, which is a tabletop wheel. So that's probably true, Pat. But you know, I learned, I well, I guess I did actually did teach myself on a Shimpo, and then I moved to a kick wheel, and then I moved back to the Shimpo because kick wheels are just lame. Though I did also throw on a Brent quite often back then. So, and then I've taught a bunch of people on speedballs, so I've been around those a lot, but older models, so the newer models might be amazing. This wheel is starting to make some noise. I think it's getting a little gunked up in the midsection, so I have to do a big clean. I just didn't want to. It always blows my mind when like potters always clean their splash pans. It's like, you're not really making stuff, are you? I get it if you're in a community studio, but if it's your own wheel and you're cleaning every single time, I don't understand that. Unless of course it's the winter and your studio is going to freeze and then you want to get that clay out. That makes sense. I'll clean every time in that situation. This technique that I'm doing here works a lot better if I actually have fingernails, but I do not today. I mean, I guess I do, but they're not big enough. Usually I also wedge in silica sand to the clay before doing this, but I went through like a whole stint of wedging in silica sand and now I'm bored of it. Mostly because um, when you go to sand things with a Scotch-Brite pad after it's bone dry, adding in that silica sand makes it so much more difficult to smooth out that I just don't want to do it anymore. So to be honest, it's more of a laziness thing on my part at the moment. But it doesn't, this clay body at the moment doesn't seem like it's, I used it as a necessity because the clay was so cruddy. I had to use it to bulk it up. Awesome. I'm excited to see. Thank you, Garen. So we're making some steady progress. How many have we done? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've made 12 of these so far. And once I have a full tray, I'll show you guys what we've done. So we're almost halfway. Kind of. Did I say 29 or 39 balls? I don't remember. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So we have 16 to go. And we've made 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. So not 39. But this is the full 25-pound bags of porcelain. This is the last of my porcelain. I don't have any more after this. So all the trimming that we're going to get from these cups, we're going to try to reclaim. And we'll probably be able to make another 10 to 15 cups out of the trimmings of these cups. And then probably another 4 or 5 out of the trimmings of those cups. As long as it stays cool enough for me to actually, or warm enough, excuse me, for me to actually start reclaiming clay. It has not been warm enough at night for me to leave clay out overnight. Even though it's like warm right now, it's gonna get dipped down to 26 tonight. So also I was getting some in-person complaints that my stuff was too heavy. Yeah, of course, garden, which I think is like kind of insane because from here up, paper thin, and I intentionally leave a heavy base because I like them to be weighted. And since the feet are smaller, I like the weight to be centered downward. But maybe I'll just make these stupid thin. Um, on the base too. You agree that a heavy base is nice? Thin on top, heavy base down below? Hmm. Hmm. Yep, my birthday's in 10 days. I'll be, what, 33? What's the silly question, Garden? I'm curious. When's your birthday again, Amanda? Were you also a March? Because I feel like everybody in TikTok was March. All right, I need another sip of tea. Awesome. Happy almost birthday to yourself. Yeah, Potter works. The title can be whatever you want, really. I don't think there's like, yeah, Potter. Um, a ceramicist is not what I am. That's a study. It's I can't remember the exact definition, but that's like the study of something else. You want me to do a live cleaning the wheel? Well, when we finish throwing, we can just clean the wheel together if you want that. What'd you get at the store? What is the definition of a ceramicist? I because I looked it up the other day and it is not me. Let me just Google this real quick. What is a ceramicist? Oh, weird. The last time I looked it up, it wasn't this. Okay, what's the difference between a potter and a ceramicist? Potter versus ceramicist. Because I'm kind of curious about this real quick. Okay, so while both ceramicist and potter work with clay, potter is a more specific term referring to someone who makes vessels, while ceramicist is a broader term encompassing anyone who works with ceramic material, including functional and artistic creations. Um, so that's a weird kind of like difference there, um, because what they're defining it is art versus craft. So they're saying if you're an artist and you do stuff with pottery, you're a ceramicist, and if you are a functional utilitarian functional person, you are a potter. And that's kind of a weird distinction to have as far as a thing goes, but nice. Cleaning supplies are always good. Sounds good, Garden. That's an interesting distinction, though. So I guess technically I am a ceramicist then, because I don't only make functional ware. In that, if you were to define that, yeah, yes, I will. The end of this video, we'll just clean together if that's what you're feeling. I'm happy to do a little bit of a clean. We're not going to do like a crazy deep clean, but we're going to do a little bit of a clean. I wouldn't be so sure. I've heard some things over there, Garden. What is functional art, Pat? Let's get into it. Because I think what they're defining is utilitarian functional versus functional. And utilitarian being like a cup versus utilitarian, just functional, which technically would be like a pendant or like a necklace or something. You miss so much, Luna. It's insane. We were talking about you the whole time too. It's surprised. You'll be surprised if you watch back all the things, all the horrible things. Yeah. Sounds good, Pat. Yeah. Hit me, Andy. What's up? This is a weird thing right at the rim, so we'll see what happens. So wedging is to um, uniform the clay body, and that's really it. Just get rid of any weird lumps and things like that. And I guess to get rid of air bubbles as well. Air bubbles are not your enemy, but they're also not necessarily your friend. So it's just the uniformity of the clay. I could do that. I'm happy to do that, Envy. We can do that on a live if you want, or we can just do it at some point. Yeah, it's called wedging, and there's two main kinds of wedging. Well, there's a couple different kinds. There's slam wedging, which is what you just throw the clay down over and over again. There's ram horn wedging and bulldog wedging, which are the same thing, which is kind of like the next as far as difficulty goes. So it's slam wedging is the easiest, ram and bulldog wedging is the second, and then the hardest is spiral wedging. That's true, but since they have a utilitarian function, then it would negate um, the that aspect. So that would fall under the pottery category then, because it still has a function. Sure, we can certainly do that. Do you care how big it is? Yeah. You got weak noodle arms, Sydney? You could also just get a pug mill if you have the cash, but that's a pricey thing. Those are not cheap. Even used ones are expensive. But I don't I don't like never bought one or even thought about it because I like the workout. It's how I stay fit. Chopping all the wood and wedging all my clay and all that fun stuff. Gotcha. So, Sharp, my interpretation of a butterfly, is that what we're going for? Um, uh, like silver dollar size? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to start working on it to find out what my interpretation would be. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Garden. What are you going to tell us? Hmm. Okay. Cool. Cool. Now, how do you want it to hang? Like, do you want it to hang from its head, and so it's facing upwards towards you? You can, as long as it's something I've done before. Some redesigning a glaze is tricky. Wait, I want to hear what you were going to say about butterflies, Garden. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just do that after we do our cleaning live, because I have pretty much that exact amount of clay left. That's fresh clay that did not fit into the size of these balls. So each one of these balls is 375 grams. And so I had just a small bit left over. What about bright lights? Am I missing something? This one's a little short. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, if you have any photo, like reference photos, that'd be good too. Just so I get an idea. I won't use them as far as like actually like aesthetic necessarily, but as an idea starting point would be nice. All right, we can fit 3 more on this wear board, and then we'll switch to a new board. What kind of tree was it? Hmm. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Ooh. What color were the blossoms? That's a solid reason, and I'm sorry to hear that, Sharp. Nice. Pink is where it's at. Can't go wrong with pink. Uh-oh. This might be our first lost one. I accidentally just put a really thin spot into it. Now let me make it worse by adding these lines. Because why not, you know? All right, let's see how this works. Good. I'm glad to hear. That's tough. I do not like this one. Will I like it later? I don't think so. Unless, ow, man, just like stab something into my back. Unless I can get this line up. This one's not doing it for me. I'm gonna keep it though, just because I kind of want to get a full tray of them, and then we can decide after we trim it if we like it or not. But nah, we're gonna cut this one open, and then we can look at what these look like on the inside. That totally makes sense. No, you should take time for yourself. That makes more sense to me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 more balls left. All right, so you guys wanted to see what the cross section looks like. I just accidentally broke it even more, but that's what the walls look like before they shrink, and they're going to shrink another 14-ish%. But, well, I'm glad you're feeling better so you can be here more. But yeah, you can see the thin spot right here that's like just wanting to tear off. It's so thin. So, yeah, super thin. Let me throw this on my plaster real quick. And plaster, for those who are not pottery savvies, it just absorbs water. It absorbs the moisture, and so that'll dry out my little piece of clay there, and so I can turn it back into a ball soon. Yes, thin walls for sure. That's why I'm always confused as to when someone will pick up something from me and say it's heavy. I'm like, I don't know if I would ever, whatever. It's again, it's how I'm displacing the weight, because I like to leave a fat base. And welcome back, Luna. We were talking about you again. Where'd you go? I need more tea in me. We have 12 more balls, something like that. I don't remember what I said. Exactly, Garden. That's why one of the reasons I don't like them either. It seems silly to have it super light all the way through. Plus, if you're drinking something hot, you want the bottom of it where it has the most volume to have heat retention so it just doesn't go cold while you're drinking it immediately. So um, I think I'm gonna have to, Sydney. I don't think I'm actually gonna have time to come on live tomorrow. Just I think it's gonna be going into the city is gonna be too much for me to then come back and just do stuff. Are we talking about, are we gonna make some life-size versions, Garden? No, I would never tease you, Luna. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. Yeah, we'll have to take a break in between because obviously they're not going to be dry. If I had started off knowing that we were potentially going to trim them today, I was planning on trimming tomorrow without kind of remembering that I said I was going to go into the city tomorrow. If we were planning on trimming tomorrow, I would just let these set up naturally. But what's going to happen is whenever we're done with our live, I'll go back with a torch and I'll just get them going, get them started just a wee bit. And yes, I need to clean and I need to eat. So I have things I need to do in between, but I'll hit them with a torch after the live video just so they start setting up. And then we should be able to trim them by probably by 5:30 p.m. my time ish. Otherwise, it's 2 o'clock now. Maybe a little bit longer than that, actually. Maybe 6:30 p.m. my time. We can have a trimming session. And then the trimming session, once we finish that, we're going to look at each individual cup and we're going to keep the ones we like and we're going to destroy the ones we do not like. Which is an incredibly important thing. So, oh, it's going to be so late, Garden. You going to be awake by then? Um, so here's the deal. I have very little Wi-Fi. There's no cellular on my property, and so I can't actually show you my kiln at the moment because there's no service. I can certainly try to if you guys would like, but there's no Wi-Fi. I can't really show you. And the other thing is that my forward camera on my phone is broken, so I can only use the selfie camera. So I am too. We'll see what happens. I think the butterfly could come out cool. 9 p.m. your time? Wait, how many hours ahead are you? Or are you behind me? Where are you in the spin in Germany? Where are we? Did I miss a pottery throwdown thing? Oh, like just trying to rush. Pottery Throwdown is a TV show that the BBC came out with. Oh man, it's late already. All right, you're not going to be awake, I don't think. Sounds good. I'm very curious how well they'll sell. I have high hopes for them. And so I haven't also decided if I'm going to put on a necklace, buy a chain or buy a cloth or something and pre-load it, or if I'm just selling it as a pendant and then you can do what you want with it. Thank you. How are you awake that long, Luna? I have to be in bed by 9 p.m. or I'm a grumpy dude. Oh, yeah, we're cranking through. I actually didn't expect this to take that long to make 29 cups either. I'm a little surprised. I'm losing my touch with my production work. Oh, fair. That's worth the time. What kind of cat do you have? What's their name? Yeah, it's probably because we're chatting so much, which is great. It makes the time go way faster. We've been at this for 87 minutes at the moment. What? Why not? Is it such a cool name that you don't want to give it away in case someone else steals the name? If that makes sense to me. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's super cool. I'm excited to see it. Have you posted it anywhere? That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I think I'm just going to sell the raw piece and then because if I turn it into an actual necklace too, I'm gonna charge more money because I have to buy whatever the thing is to turn it into an actual necklace. If there's one that like breaks or we don't like it or whatever the case is, we might keep it for ourselves and maybe we'll wear a teapot pendant while we're on lives going forward. Ah, yes, your cat has a private life. That makes sense to me. Gotcha. Oh, editing videos. Like if I named my kiln, I've never given my kiln a name. And the kilns that I fire don't have names either. The only kiln that I ever fired that had a name that I helped build years and years ago, we named it the Norigama because Northeastern, whatever they're called, was coming through. I think that was back in 2017. That kiln has long been destroyed, but it's the kiln that produced these plates behind me. A really cool little um, faux-esque Anagama style top loader. It was kind of like it was like a hybrid between a train kiln and a Anagama. It was a weird little kiln. It was pretty cool though. Oh, awesome! I really like Golden Snail. It's one of my favorite black teas. Um, it's just like a really stable. It's my favorite like work black tea. I drink it as much as I if I have it alongside my puers as far as like what I work in the studio when I drink in the studio. Luna, I usually only eat like one meal a day, and that meal is usually around like 4 p.m. I snack. I had a banana and a grapefruit today so far. But all right, this is the last one for this wear board. Yeah, I went to the doctor yesterday. I'm a little skinnier than before. I'm 179 pounds now. Last time I weighed myself, I was 184, so losing a little bit more weight. Okay, Amanda, my doctor and I were talking about it, and she says the diet's fine. I just need to drink some more water, you know? Later, Pat. Thanks for hanging out. I like this weight too. I feel very mobile, and it's really nice for handstands and things. Less pressure on my knees for snowboarding as well, though that season has now ended, or at least here. I think I'm going to take a trip up to Vermont and just do a day trip up to some mountain. The big thing that she was telling me, and here's the big, I may have not told you guys this one. I stopped eating salt, not intentionally. I just like didn't think about it. And so I was drinking all this water, and one of the reasons I've been kind of like dehydrated is I'm not absorbing it because I'm not eating salt. Uh, so I'm now like started to eat oil and salt. Those are my two big life differences recently. Very exciting. I know you guys want all this very juicy pottery content. No, food is blah. Who wants food? Fair. No, I'll be fine. It's working out okay so far, you know? And I got a phone call about my blood work this morning before we came down here that I took yesterday as a like follow up because I was deficient in iron for the first time in my life and in D, so I needed a little bit more D in my life. But I got the lab work back this morning, and I'm perfect now. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong outside of just being a weird person. Why don't I go to the gym? Because I don't like gyms. I think they're boring and lame. Why do I want to go walk up fake stairs when I could go climb a mountain? Or like, why do pull-ups when I could just do like at a bar at a gym when I just have my own bar, do all that kind of stuff. All about that functional muscle life, not the I want to look pretty stuff. I've given up. Years ago, I was like, um, yeah. I am eating salt now. Don't worry, we're good. Um, I know that's the problem is that we just no matter what, I'm gonna have to be on a D supplement for the rest of my life, even though I'm outside all the time. That's irrelevant at this point. Um, so yeah, when I was like 18, I was more interested in having like a gym body. So I was like, I'm gonna get an 8 pack and blah blah blah, and I did it all. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Like, what is the point? All it does is look good, but I was also starving myself at a. It was just not great. It was a weird thing. And so now I got my nice uh, dad bod going on, though I'm not a dad, nor will never be a dad. I hope. Right? That sounds like a perfect gym thing. All right, so we're done with our first tray wearboard of cups. And just because we are going to come in here later, I'm going to put them here. We're going to give them a quick torch, and then I'll put them to the side. And then we'll finish off the remaining bits that we have. But then you guys can kind of see what we've been working on. Oh, okay. So this is what we just made. So I'm just going to hit these with a torch just to kind of firm them up a little bit. You 100% need to do that. How many miles is 12 kilometers? I'm not privy to the metric system. Right, Sydney? We kind of cranked out a few cups. You guys can't even see anymore. There's another row over here. And can you see this row? You can't see this row either. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, you're walking. Wait, are you doing that a day? That's a lot of walking a day. Nice. That sure is. Sure is. I already responded to that, but that's all right. No, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more balls to do. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Garden. So obviously I'm not torching these, or it's not obvious. I'm not torching these enough to actually trim them right now. I'm just starting the process of getting them ready to be able to be trimmed in a little bit. So that's our first wear board. Let's get on to the next one. I think that'll actually, hold on. Let's put this to the side, and hopefully by this evening we can trim all these. What is this message? It's held for review. Huh. Good. I'm glad you're here too, Sharp. That's what we've been working on, Garden, and we got 10 more to do. Yeah, we're doing 25 pounds worth right now. And each ones are, for some reason, Luna, your last comment got filtered and it's not showing up for me on my computer again, so. I don't eat, Garden, but I get like 10 hours of sleep a night. Like, yeah, your last comment, it like just got filtered because it was like inappropriate for some reason. And it's already gone up the thing, so I can't see it on my phone, and it's not showing up on my computer, so I can't respond to it. You said something about a plate? So this clay has some serious gunk in it. It's not a good one. Ugh. This might be a goner as well. Yeah, we're gonna do 10 more right now. And then we're gonna hopefully trim all of them in like 5 or 6 hours. Nope, I'm not on a diet. I don't really believe in diets. I like to eat whatever, I'll eat what I feel like eating at that time. So it's like I say that I only eat one meal a day, but if I'm feeling like eating multiple meals, I'll eat multiple meals. So But no, I'm not on a diet. I'm just eating how I want to eat. I've always found like diets that have rules and to be very strange and weirdly restrictive. You're not sleeping enough? Is that what you're saying, Luna? What's up with that? How much sleep are you getting? Eight hours isn't too bad. I I have not yet. Is it worth it? Me too skinny? I don't think so. I think this is right. That's a decent amount of chunk. Is there a particular part that you're wanting me to watch more than others? Mm-hmm. I feel like you were gonna reenact some scenes for me at some point. I feel like that was something we were talking about. Thanks, Luna. Appreciate that. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Food, and when I say food, I mean a banana. I'm gonna sit in a hot tub and eat a banana and drink the remaining bit of my tea after this. It's gonna be lovely. But of course, we have to clean this too first. Yeah, that one I don't know. It's pretty sweet. This is cool cedar wood hot tub. I want to get my couch off hot tub going at the moment. Oh my gosh. We're going until we're done, Luna. However long that takes. We're making 25 pounds worth of cups today. I need to fill in some clay for my I need bulk. I've made a lot of double walled things and I have a lot of the whistles and things, but I need stuff that's actually going to take up space in my kiln. Otherwise, I can't fire. So I screwed up. Ugh. This might be a goner too. Let's see what we get. Well, maybe not. Maybe we got this. Um, no, I think it'd be the best to make while I'm making and trim while I'm trimming. So I'll probably do it off camera if that's cool. Because I want to look at some stuff of what I I want to look at a butterfly. Yeah, send me some photos too. I want to see the butterflies. I see that you have butterfly earrings. It would be fun to see like other nice butterfly things. Diva, we're cranking through. 2, 4, 6, 8 cups left. I'm making a butterfly pendant for Sharp. How are the birds, Dima? It's pretty nice, Raven. But I really like my makeshift cow trough. Um, well, I really need stuff. One of the women I fire with messaged me yesterday being like, when are we firing my kiln? She owns the soda kiln, and I have zero work for her kiln. So a lot of this is going to be going into her firing next. I might try to put one of the whistles in there as well. The whistles are looking cool, by the way, and they have not cracked so far. So hopefully they're okay. I'm like pretty psyched on them. I can't wait to actually bisque them. You should make one, Garin. They're pretty simple to make, and there's a bunch of different ways to make them. You could definitely do it. I'm glad you fell asleep, Luna. It's nice to hear. Got to get a sleepy live going. Good. I'm glad to hear, Dima. No complaints is always nice. There's like a hard piece of something in this one. Oh, I don't know what this is. I keep smacking into my finger. Cool. They haven't come through yet, but I'm sure they will. Oh no! You have a nosebleed from it? Ah, my bad. Feels like I'm partially to blame for that. Okay. I'll only partially blame myself. How about that? When I got sushi yesterday, and it like just avocado rolls and stuff, and it was I was so excited for it. I had such a long day yesterday, just running around. It was so bad. I was so upset by it. Um, these are going to be $75 plus tax and shipping and all that if it's applicable. And out of the country, like I said, it's like $40 to ship outside the US right now because the US is whatever. That sounds good. A nap sounds lovely. I wish I could nap during the day. I still have not bought those blackout curtains that we talked about. Oh, hold on. I need a little bit more tea. Otherwise, I can't keep going. I'm lost without my tea. Shipping would probably be, I don't know, like let's say 32 euros, probably. And then the cup itself would probably be 65-ish euros, something like that. All right, let me see these reference photos. Oh, those are cute. Very cute. Hmm. I like those earrings. Those are super cool. Hmm. Yeah, my stuff's not cheap, and these are the cheaper things that I make. So the double walled things, 300, they're $275 for them, and then shipping and tax and stuff. So it's about, for if you wanted to buy a double walled cup, it's about $300. Oh wait, no, wait, sorry, 175. The teapots are 275. Hmm. Good luck. I hope you find some. Blue. Trying to think of, so what glaze are you thinking? Because I do have that like really hardcore cobalt blue. Um, I don't know if I have any left. Think sharp. I can't do purple. I'm gonna try to do purple this next firing, but at the moment I can't do purple. Purple's a really hard color at cone 10, apparently. A purple that I like, at least. I can get like an unreliable purple with a glaze called Tom's Blue, and it's an okay purple, but it's not great, and it's very matte. It's not shiny, and I would like, if I want a purple, I want like almost like a Celadon purple. So that's what I'm going to be trying to get this next firing, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not. What about the blue of the cups that I showed earlier? Thanks for hanging out for a bit. I'm glad you came and said hi. Oh, just make a purple clay body? I think I'd still have loss. I could technically, I guess, mix in mason stain to my porcelain, turning my porcelain purple, and then just put a clear glaze on top. I guess that is technically a possibility that I've never tried. So, yeah, I guess technically speaking, I could potentially do that. Hmm, cool. The other option is the cobalt blue, though. So, I mean, we'll talk when it comes to time to glaze. Yeah, that blue is really pretty and it flashes red and it has that nice variation. Gross. My water has turned into slip. We've been in here so long. Or we've made so many pieces. Yeah, we'll do, we'll do. I think I will be probably starting like the glazing process in like 2 weeks, something like that. It depends though. If you want the blue, it has to be in my kiln. If you want the dark blue, if you want the other blue, it can be in the soda kiln. Yeah, they were, and I think that was, but I think the purple was coming from the wood ash from that onagama. I don't think I can replicate that. Um, it is very pretty, but I can't do that until that one firing, which is in August every year. My kiln is not like a heavy producer of ash because it's a short firing. I could fire it longer, but I'm not going to. I'll probably be live on Sunday. Yeah. I can send you a picture after the live, or I can actually show you right now. Let me quickly show you guys. Actually, I have to pee really badly, so I'm going to take my headphone out and walk outside for half a second. Unless you guys want to come hear me pee, which I don't think you do. So I'll be right back. Give me half a sec. I'll let this spin for you guys. I locked myself in. Ah. Oh, it's cold out. Ay. It is really cold outside. Do not recommend going out there, guys. My workroom, this is it. I mean, literally, what you see here is it. There's just two wheels, a wood stove, two comfy chairs for my little dog to sleep on, and that's about it. Later, I'll be back live again in a couple hours as well to trim all these. Oh man. Do you want to? I can, if you want to see what my studio looks like. Oh, thank you. I was about to forget. So, my two blues. This I don't think you're going to see super great because of the lighting, but super dark and a bit lighter with a red blushing. So, did I wire this off? Yeah, sure, will do. Yeah, you have plenty of time. Don't rush the. I mean, I haven't even made your butterfly yet, so there's plenty of time. Ah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, they're both cool. They both have two different looks, and they both are beautiful in their own way. So, you know, one's definitely more standoffy, stand or show offy, which I think is that blue one. There's some serious bubblage happening in this one. Oh yeah, for sure. That's another glaze that I thought was going to sell really well, and it wasn't as popular as I was expecting it to be. I'm sure you do, Sharp. I wouldn't be surprised. Hmm. Ayumi. Hmm. And then the cobalt blue is a Willy Helix, but I replaced the copper for cobalt. It happens. Honestly, I'm excited to lie down a little bit. Maybe I'll make myself a bowl of rice. No, I'm gonna make myself miso soup. That's what I'm gonna make. Giant slab of miso soup. Hmm. You didn't? I thought that was a known fact. You're late to the party. Hmm. I got this really tasty dulce the other day, and so all I've been wanting to do is make miso soup so I can eat seaweed. But I also keep forgetting because I don't. Yeah, this is the spot for completely factual information. This is the place to be. Yeah, these are getting hard to throw because my water is now slip, and I hate throwing with slip. I do not understand how people throw with slip. It's just gross. Every single thing. Well said, MD. All right, hold on. I need to pour water into this thing, even though this water is going to be freezing. I can't go on. I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, just like that. Oh, really just like that. You and me both. One day, scientists will figure it out, but not today. Yeah, it's disgusting. It is truly like awful, and anybody who likes it is a crazy person. And um, that's all I have to say about that. No, whoever said that is a crazy person, Sydney. Slipper's harder to throw with. I mean, here's the thing. It's like anything. It's like if you're used to throwing with slip, then I'm sure it's fine. I hate it. I've never liked it. I don't understand the appeal of it. Um, but it's really just like it's like not even if it's easier to throw. It's like texturally disgusting. I do not know how people do it. Um, it's giving me gross vibey like whatever right now. Luna, welcome back. Where have you been? We were just thinking about you. We weren't talking about you, but we were thinking about you collectively. It's a sensory thing for sure. I'm glad that I'm over. Oh, one of my pots broke. It collapsed on us. This is the one we made this was 2 versions ago. We'll cut that one in half and look at it. Well, I appreciate you letting us know. It's very, very, very nice of you. Oh, as in like a tattoo? All right, this is gonna be harder to see the wall because it's already collapsing, but you can see that side is what we're trimming. And I leave a fat base because I like to leave weight down low. Gotcha. Is it cool? Yeah, I'd love to see. It's not staying on this. That you know what? You got me there, Luna. I can't say anything about that. You're spot on. Cute. Yeah, send a picture. I want to see. For you, Sydney, we'll do 70% off. We'll forget the half. We'll cut it into another take another 25% off, and you can have a third of it because there's a piece missing. It's gonna be great. Oh my. Ah, hold on. Let me replace this real quick. Man, we've made a lot of cups so far. Oh, someone messaged me. I don't remember who it was at this exact moment. They messaged me and was like, "Why not make a teapot so a teapot pendant, and then cut it in half, and then it's 2 sides to an earring set." I can't remember exactly who said that. It may have been Pat. My hands are covered in slip. But I think or maybe it was Joyce. But I think it's a lovely idea, and we could essentially make like 2 or 3 or 4 small teapots, cut them in half, and then make teapot earrings, because then they're half the weight too. Um, it was you, Joyce. It's a fantastic idea. We're 100% going to do that when we move back to uh, minis, which, to be honest, because I don't have much clay left, we might have to go back to it. Isn't it? Joyce is the mastermind behind it. All right, looking forward to it. So that's something we're gonna do once we've finished. Um, oh man, once we've finished, this is not attached to the bat. We're just gonna pretend it is and hope that nothing goes wrong. Good, as you should, as you should. Now, no, the connection point, I sure can, but I'm not going to, Luna. Plates take up too much space, and they're really easy to make. I mean, literally, that's essentially how you make a plate, but you just use your fist and you really put it in there and pull out and then up. That's about it. Plates are probably the easiest thing you can make in pottery. They just take forever to dry, and they take a ton of clay because it's a lot of trimming. Um, and then they're a huge pain in the butt to fire in an atmospheric kiln, unless you're stacking. But I'm not stacking stuff in my wood kiln. Because I like glaze. And you can stack with glaze if you separate with like seashells and things like that. but then it becomes like kind of tricky to deal with the wobble and kind of the uncertainty. That's super cute, Sharp. To be honest, I haven't actually had much issue with warpage on my plates in the past. Like I said, these guys aren't really moving anywhere. They're not really warping for me. But I haven't actually had much issue with the drying either. They take up too much space. That's my issue. Um, uh, when you say cube garden, can you be more specific? Do you mean like um, a solid cube or a hollow cube? What kind of cube we talking? Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's super cute. A cube pot? Can you be more specific on that? I don't really understand, I'm afraid. I'm happy to try to explain once I understand, but most of the things I say aren't true anyway, so who knows if it's real. Cool. What's the function of the pot? Like, are you asking if you can throw a pot? You would usually just make that out of a slab. You could certainly just make a closed form, poke a hole in it, and then just rotate it and make a square. Um, you could do that, but otherwise it would probably just make sense to make a slab. And or you do that, and then you leave the wall thick enough that you can rasp it later. Yeah, I get clay in my face all the time. You guys saw, usually I have clay all over my mouth because I'm licking stuff. Got a lot of clay squirted right into my eyes before. Always a fun time. Less fun when I have contacts in because then I have to go and take my contacts out. But it happens. But it blurs my vision pretty badly if I get a squirt of clay just like up into my eye there. Exactly. Exactly. So interesting on the on my computer that just looks like a square. I don't even see text. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. So we have two more. Now, We might just have one more because I did drop one of the clay balls on the ground and my floors are not clean in here. And so I don't know if I actually want to throw it. I might clean it up and then use it as like something for trimming later. Cool. I think, the cool part about atmospheric kilns is that they add a lot of variation. And so I think that something that lacks crazy detail and is really going more on like chance might be more beneficial for it. Why are you tired? Oh, it's because it's super late there. That makes sense. I'd be tired too. Well, we're almost done, Luna. And then you can go to bed. You will miss the trimming video in a couple hours because I don't think you'll be up. But that's okay. Yep. I mean, that's kind of what I do with all my pots every time, is that I'm really leaving a lot up to the kiln to do it for me. Troll ringer? What's that? Is that the trimming? Like 5 hours from now. I can't tell you the time because it's based on when the clay is ready to trim. I have a friend coming over to sit in the hot tub with me later tonight. So it has to be before they get here. And I don't remember when they're coming. So I have to figure that out. And then this stuff has to be dry at the same time. That's all I'll say to that, Sharp. Oh man, this is dripping wet. Wow. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I think probably around like 5 o'clock my time, and it's 3 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna try to trim these in 2 hours if possible. So actually, it's not that bad. I said 5. We're gonna try for 2. Um, I don't know if that's possible or not, but oh, I screwed up. I don't like how this edge is super low. How do we compensate for that? This might be a goner. I think I just pushed down too hard there. Yeah. Yeah, let's cut this in half. I don't like this one. So we had not too many loss. We have one more to do, but we're doing pretty well as far as like loss goes. This is our third that we've thrown away. And there are the walls again, if you guys were curious. And these walls are going to shrink 14.5%. So they'll be quite thin when they're done. And if we even them out, they're quite a thin wall. Sounds good, Luna. Okay, so this is my last ball, but I dropped it on the ground, so there's a bunch of gunk everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is just try to scrape off all the gunk. And there'll just be a little bit less in this clay. But this is why you want clean floors or to never drop anything. And I don't drop my balls that often, but sometimes they drop. We'll see how that goes. There, Luna. Sleep well. I'm looking forward to that, Sharp. All right, last one. Then we'll give them a quick torch, and then hopefully, then we'll clean everything up because this thing is literally just like my splash guard is dripping down with this like thick slip. Of course, always good, always deserved and warranted. Okay, it's throwing okay. I'm fine with that. That was my fault. That was on me. Should have kept my mouth shut. That's okay. All right. Okay, this one came out okay. I'm okay with that. Did I just not? I just ruined it though. Dislike. All right. All right. Let's clean up our wheel. Agreed. Agreed. All right, let me go throw these onto my plaster bat, and then we will clean, and then we'll do a really quick torching of the things that we've made, and do some gross pottery sounding ASMR. You guys want to hear that gross pottery sound? Really like a moist whatever sounding blah blah blah. Oh my. Oh my. All right. Cleaning time. So all I'm gonna do here is you're spot on. So we're gonna take these guys. Here's a fun little fact about cleaning out these splash guards. It actually is less helpful to pour out here. It's actually easier to not spill if you pour out the direct back. So just a little fun fact. And we're not going to go pretty crazy with the cleanup because we don't need to. But I am going to just scrape this stuff out. And I got to put this over here. I'm getting there, Sharp. Working on it. So all this thicker gloop, all this thicker glop, all this fun stuff, I'm going to put directly on my board, on my plaster bat over there, and hopefully I can get it relatively dry by tomorrow before I leave. I don't know what time I'm leaving here yet. I'm not actually sure the schedule that I'm going to do in the city tomorrow, but We'll figure it out. Okay, so let me go. Yeah, we're all these scientific names today, you know? It works out well. So I'm gonna go put all this slob, this slippery, gloopy glob onto my plaster bat, which again, I would show you guys all this. Oh, God, heavy. I would show you these steps, but if I try to move my camera, every time I try to do that, it makes the Wi-Fi go crazy. And so I think you're just gonna have to hear me talk and hear the glop gloop onto my plaster bat. I don't mix my porcelain either before I reclaim it, which I think is probably crazy to a lot of people. I just wedge it pretty aggressively, and that usually does the job. I am one of those people who doesn't mind throwing with a bit of inconsistency in the clay body. As long as the clay stays together, I don't really care how it acts or how it feels. Like if it's like really gross, then maybe I'll reclaim or wedge it out some more. But it has to be pretty gnarly for me to not be okay with it. All right, where's my sponge? Here we go. So I got some of these big fat tack sponges, which are great. And just as a heads up, if anybody didn't know, these are horse sponges. I don't know what they're used for, but you can get them at horse places for cheaper than pottery places. They're a little firmer, but the firmer's kind of nice, and they're way cheaper. You can get like a 20 pack for like $3. Whereas if you buy them at the pottery place, they're like individually like $1.25 or whatever. I just said pretty much the same pricing, but just my point is it is cheaper. Okay, it sounds good. So you're not going to be able to see this part either, but I'm just scraping up. Well, maybe I will move you guys down a little bit so you can see what I'm actually doing. How do I do this without losing you guys? Ah. There we go. So that I have two different kinds of tripods to stream. So I have a car mounted tripod that I can kind of just rotate out of the way, which is nice. And then you're on an octopus mount on a lamp. So usually I just like to scrape out all the hard bits as best I can and like get under the wheel, because this makes the noise that I'm not enjoying. And the whole point of the VL Whisper is to be quiet. So if it's not clean, it's not going to be quiet, and it kind of makes it feel less inviting. I'm just going to put all this dry clay in there. Rehydrate some of this clay that's stuck here so I can get it off a little easier. I'm going to have to Google that one. I don't think I've ever seen that particular wheel. Honestly, a splash pan can make or break a wheel. Like, it doesn't even have to do with its capacity or how quiet or whatever it is. You're putting so much reliance on the splash guard to support you while you're throwing, and it's like that feels like it's one of the lesser thought out things. No, Sharp. I very rarely clean my wheel. It was just making noise today, and I'm doing it because I like a quiet wheel. I essentially wash it as little as possible. Scut wheels? I've never tried one. Or scut kilns, because I have two scut kilns, and they're great. Yeah, no, absolutely not. if you know, you have to do this kind of stuff if you work in other studios. Like any student who comes here, they have to clean their own wheel after the fact. But me, no, absolutely not. I'd lose my mind if I had to do this every time. I wouldn't do this. Yeah, that's not good either. It would be nice if it was just slightly higher so you can get that little bit of downward pressure. All right. Turn this back on for a sec. I feel like a lot of people just make their pottery career just from doing this part. I don't. Oh yeah, I haven't finished yet. There's a ton of chunks stuck under there. So there's a. I don't like the sound of that at all, Sydney. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would ever clean my wheel if I had to take apart the whole thing. That'd be insane to me. I see. So it just goes too fast all the time? Hmm. That's good. Yeah, $600 is a pretty awesome steal for a wheel. Did you guys see? I saw on, I think I went on TikTok for like 10 seconds the other day, and I saw someone using a drill bit hooked up with a one of these guys, and they were throwing with it, and they had like a little stick to change the speed. Thought that was pretty cool. It seemed as good as some of like the the shittier wheels out there, like the Vevers. As comparable, rather. Interesting. Bigger, I don't know if I don't think bigger necessarily means better when it comes to splash pans. Just because it can like hold more gunk doesn't mean it's ideal. So yeah, this is something I very rarely do. It's just like this area right here. You guys probably can't even see what I'm looking at. But it's where the clay really gets gunked under the wheel head, and it drives me a little insane because again, the whole point of this wheel is to be quiet. Gotcha. You think a big, good, a big wheel. I'd have to see the actual splash pan, but yeah, it doesn't sound appealing to me at all. The part I have to make sure I don't destroy my hand. No, I'm sorry. Why can't you sleep? That's pretty nice. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll be in here and making this a mess in like 5 minutes, so cool. It's making a little bit of noise, but that's just kind of like generalized wheel noises, so I'm not gonna nitpick. Well, I'm sorry to hear it. Well, you got cleaning entertainment for the next like 5 minutes. And then I'll, if you guys want, I can show what my studio actually looks like. It's a mess right now because I have just bags of clay everywhere. Or bags of open clay boxes, clay, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what's happening right here, Pat. Cool. I will try. Again, I cannot use, just as a reminder, the camera in the front of my phone doesn't work. And so you're gonna have to like bear with me as I figure out how to show you guys my space. So the real parts that I really want clean, I know this is gonna drive Sharp crazy, but the only part that I care about being clean is this part where I engage my arms. And so if that's clean, then I don't care about the rest, especially because we're about to get this super, super messy again. Let me pour this bucket out, and then we are going to quickly torch the pieces we just made because we need to start the drying process. Okay, good. Okay, so let's quickly torch these. There's not many that need to be torched. We did most of them on the first wear board, and then we messed 3 up in a row, so we've only made a couple more here. Of course, of course. Totally fair. That makes sense. You should clean it. That'll probably help. Thank you, Sharp. Appreciate it. I've never done that before. I just straight up like just I just hit it with my torch. Let me go through this on the plaster. That's a first. Oops. Okay, now we've lost 5 out of the bag, so that's okay. That's not too bad. The first ones we made were better than the first tray. The second tray they were getting a little girthier, which is fine, but I think I like for these particular ones, kind of like a taller thing. It was like a picture. Okay, let me show you guys my lovely abode. Again, you're gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to hold you like a selfie. So, hello. Here's my little yodel, which I have all my fires on. Here's my little dog in her bed. Obviously, she has to have a raised bed because we don't want her to be breathing in silica. And then this is it. This is my whole space. It's really small, right? So I have that wheel that we made everything on, right? Here's the wheel that we're working on. I have another wheel in storage under this table. And then I have, my lights went out earlier, but I have another wedging table and some storage, and then like a rack of drying stuff. And then I have some nice big windows there. And then this, behind this, is a giant sliding door that opens up, so I can open this up in the summer and things like that. I just have a curtain and some insulation behind it at the moment, just to keep my space warm. And yeah, and then outside my property, you know, that's what it looks like outside my house. I don't know how well you can see, but yeah, it's like, it's nothing special. It's like, this is the whole studio in one go, you know? It's not big, but it's exactly the size I need it for teaching one student at a time and then just working here myself. And then behind this wall, I have 2 electric kilns. And then behind this building is my garden, and where I have my wood kiln and a pond and all that kind of fun stuff. Um, yes, Sharp got the full tour. It's a cool place. So anyway, that's it. I will come back when the things are dry, and if they're not dry, then you won't see me. And if they are dry, you'll see me in a couple hours. But if they aren't dry, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to cover them up, and we'll have to do them on Sunday because I'm not going to have the energy to do it tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to go. Lovely seeing you guys. I will see you in a couple hours, or I won't see you at all. And yeah, okay, bye.